Hey everyone, and welcome back to another One Piece Bounty Rush video. My name is D-Free. Here today we have some really big news pertaining to the upcoming anniversary. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hit that subscribe if you're ready for more content, as well as the notifications so you don't miss anything we upload here on the channel. Going forward, of course, I do want to cover as much as I can for you guys, and we'll just kind of do that. So starting things out, we have our official announcement for Marshall D. Cheech, and we also do have a sneak peek at his banner. So they do go ahead and preview a little bit of it. We're going to talk about that. And then afterwards, we'll talk about how good the character is with translations. And we'll also take a look at the video that they put out for him as well, teasing the character. So starting things out here, let's see what they say. Advanced information, 100. I guess I keep it 100, right? 100 hour limited step-up gacha held. A step-up gacha appears for only 100 hours from Teach. Step 4 can be turned for free. And after step 4, you can try any number of times from step 1. So obviously, Google Translate, not the best, but long story short, what it is saying is once you've completed the fourth step, you do go ahead and get to start from step 1 afterwards, right? So let's take a look at this. And I, by the way, did comment on this in my tweet right here. So by the way, a huge shout out. You guys can go ahead and obviously follow me on Twitter if you'd like to, at DFreeDBZHD. And also shout out to Artsy-kun, because you're the one that's showing. There's a bunch of responses. I didn't see any of those, but it's okay. Okay, so I said in my comment that, hey, 3-in-1 free is pretty standard gacha stuff. So I'm not really that surprised or impressed by it. I also did say, hey, I at least there's a discount on the first step, because you always can reset this and start off with that first step being a 30 gem instead of 50 gem, which is pretty huge, right? And then on top of that, I was saying I hope that he does have a rate up on this banner where the odds of pulling him are higher than 1%. It's very uncommon, but it would go a long way towards making it to, you know, impactful for a lot of people and making this banner worth it, because I'm assuming this is going to be a derivative of a Bounty Festival banner. He should be a Bounty Festival exclusive character, meaning he's only going to be on Bounty Festival labeled banners, and then on top of that, he should only be alongside, well, it doesn't really matter about alongside, because they don't really, you know, there's always going to be like Bounty Festival characters on Bounty Festival banners, but some that aren't, right? Anyways, I think that's what's happening here. Also, for the record, I did see the V-Jump scan. The V-Jump scan did show a Paramount War Luffy, because we knew that we were going to probably get that, right? And there's some more stuff in there, like a boss battle and stuff. For the Luffy, I don't know if he's going to be a summon or not. Like, I don't know if they're going to do a part 2 for the anniversary. Just to give you guys a little bit of insight, if you guys don't play some of Bandai's other titles, that's specifically why I said 3-in-1 free isn't really like that shocking that it's coming here, because Bandai loves doing that in their other games as well, most notably like Dokkan, which is their by far like most successful gacha game, one of the most successful gacha games ever, in fact. But anyways, yeah, Dokkan up there. So like it's not really surprising. This game doesn't do it that often, but still, to make this really be impactful, the fourth step being free is incredible in terms of the overall value. So look at the value to unit versus gems. You're getting 44 units for 130 gems. That's shy of 3 multis, so there's a ton of value in that overall number that you're getting, right? The sheer number of units. But again, I am hoping that he does have a rate up on this banner. Something like, again, Pokemon Masters has like 2% rates, which in a lot of cases leads to them having really good likelihood of pulling the characters. And in a game like this, where ideally you have to pull the character 3 times for them to be at their absolute pinnacle in PvP, aside from the fact that they can still, even after 3 dupes, get even better level-wise and stuff like that. But I mean, to get their last traits and stuff, I'm really hoping that's the case. So let's go ahead and talk about the character himself and some translations for him, courtesy of my friend Goresh. I mentioned Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle earlier. That game's community is huge, and I do hope OPBR gets there at some point. But Goresh is a very notable translator in that community. He translates for Dragon Ball Heroes, Dragon Ball Legends. He's certified. He's incredible at what he does. So anyways, yeah, these are all coming straight from him. There's going to be a little bit of mix-up just due to the terminology that the game uses, but don't worry, I'll be able to decipher that. So before we get to that, though, I do want to take a look at the actual video they put out for him and kind of read what they say. The 7 Warlords of the Sea, Marshall D. Teach, Red Style Defender. He's a red character. He's a defender character. Blackbeard Pirate Captain Teach appears. A defender that draws enemies and prevents them from evading. The skill Dark Water draws a frontal enemy with the attraction of darkness and makes a powerful blow. Personally, I don't know if Teach is hype enough for Anniversary. I mentioned this in a video with my friend Woki where we kind of speculated on Anniversary. You can check that out. Link will be down below. It's a fun video where we just talk about OPBR podcast style. Excuse me. So I don't know, man. It's interesting. I kind of feel like they could have maybe. I don't know. It is what it is. I feel like they could have maybe done better though. Anyways, let's take a look at the video. So here's the video. That last skill kind of looked like it was mistimed there. Like the ace was already in his face. So let's look at this. This should be skill 1. That's the AoE one. As you see, it does pull Jinbei in. The law was already there, but it does pull Jinbei in. And then it transitions into a punch or whatever that is. So, okay, it's a mid-range attack that draws them close. I'm assuming that means they can't dodge out of it too, and they're just going to get hit. So if you get caught in this shroud, you're probably screwed. Here's his regular combos. Whatever. They're kind of like, he has decent range. I need to see him, obviously, in action. Pretty normal stuff, though. Pretty quick, though. Just 3 hits. Some characters have another little chain after that. There's his capture animation, and here's the other skill. See, like, wait, was he going for the ante? He was, it looked like he was going for the ante. Oh, that's what happened. He was going for the ente, but it got canceled because he got pulled. Oh, okay. That's pretty powerful. Yeah, that's pretty good. If it can cancel skills like that, that's pretty good. It's pretty busted, if I'm understanding that properly. All right, let's take a look at Martial D Teach. Skill 1, Dark Waters. Damages an enemy at long range and pulls them to your position. Oh. Okay, oh, no. Damage, I think that this is the one that is this other skill right here. Because this one seemed like it was just a single, or designed to be a single, and had further range. I mean, look at that. I'm assuming this is the Dark Water skill. Draws a frontal enemy with the attraction. Yeah, this should be Dark Water. So that should be skill 1. So just a little bit of a mix-up there. And the other one says medium range location. Yeah, this should be that skill. Damages an enemy in long range and pulls them to your position. Damage dealt by this skill is increased if used on enemies of the psychic character type. Now, this was funny because one of the times I had Goresh translate for me was when Jinbei released, and Jinbei said psychic repeatedly, and I was like, what is that? Like, paramecia? Like, what does this mean, right? Turned out that turned out to be Devil Fruit power users. So after Jinbei released, that terminology did get added into the game, and Teach is also using that. So he does bonus damage, just like Jinbei, to power users. So damage dealt by this skill is increased if used on enemies that are power users. Enemies pulled in are affected by the darkness status and are unable to dodge. There's a new status in the game. I haven't seen it used in any capacity before, so obviously it should be a new status. And it makes sense because it's Teach, right? Darkness status, and they become unable to dodge overall. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Gain stagger immunity. Wait, hold on. What if they were already unable to dodge? Huh? Like what if you use it on Kaido? Huh? No, nothing really happens, but it is what it is. Gain stagger immunity for a set period of time after skill usage. So it has immunity stagger on the skill as well. And then at level 5, it applies a debuff to speed. Okay, we need to see the skill attack, obviously, but that sounds pretty demoralizing. Just like they, okay, that again, this is the second skill, the one that was the second one in the video. Unless I'm just getting it mixed up. Regardless, though, we'll figure it out soon when this guy drops, like tomorrow. Damages them at long range and pulls them to your position. And it looked like if that is that skill, it is able to cancel other skills. Like I'm pretty sure he's going for the ante or something. He was doing something because he had a shroud around him. The ace did in that final clip. Damage dealt by the skill is increased if it's used on a power user enemy, and then also the enemies are unable to dodge. You get stagger immunity. You can't be staggered. And then at level 5, you also get a speed debuff. And if that has a powerful attack on it, it's going to be pretty crazy. All right, the second skill here. Damages an enemy in a designated medium range. So AoE medium range attack. Pulls them into your position and blows them away. Yeah, I'm still like going on this. I know it's probably like over, but I still kind of want to see. This one sends them flying. Yeah, I did. Kind of blew them away. So that knockback on it. That one seems like it'd be better with the with the speed debuff than this one would, because this one doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I'm 100% right now. The blow them away thing confirmed it for me. Enemies pulled in are affected by darkness and are unable to dodge. Darkness sounds like it's going to be really annoying. Stagger immunity for a set period of time as well, so immunity to stagger as well. It's almost like Dark Water, just better range on it. Well, not better range, but wider range. But doesn't have that speed debuff. Also doesn't have the damage bonus to power users. I gotta see these skill attacks, man, because he could be really crazy. Okay, his traits. Deals 10% extra damage to enemies of the Psychic character type, which is power users. Heal to 15% HP when taking fatal damage once only. So when he is KO'd, he immediately comes back to 15% HP. That's pretty crazy. He has a free little Senzu bean in there, like a partial Senzu bean. I don't know. That's pretty crazy. Trait 1, receive 30% less damage while in the enemy's receive 30% less damage while in an ally treasure area. Okay, this is where his defender stuff kicks in. 30% less in your treasure area and receive 20% less damage from attackers as well. So he even always takes reduced damage from attackers, it looks like. I don't think that has to be in the designated area for your treasure. If that's the case, that's even better, right? But if you have to be around your treasure to take that additional 20% off from attackers, so be it, man. That's 50% reduction regardless. That's a lot from attackers. Reduces the cooldown recovery rate of skill 1 by 50% while in your treasure area. Oh. And skill 1 was Dark Waters. Ew. Okay. That's what we're doing. So he wants to hang out near your treasure. Obviously, he's a defender, so that makes sense. But, okay. Let's see the other one here. Increases damage dealt by 20% when HP is 70% or higher. Wow. If you have a high HP threshold, he's going to recover. He's going to do 20% more damage. Hold on. If you're at a high HP threshold, he's doing 20% for that. He's doing an extra 10% to power users, and then Dark Waters has a cooldown if you're near your own treasure, and then on top of that, Dark Waters already does bonus damage as well to power users too. Like, what the heck? Trait 2, 100% chance to reduce cooldown of skill 2 by 5% when receiving damage. That's very good. That's very powerful. This is where he gets stupid. Okay, I see the rest of trait 2. Increases damage dealt by 30% for 10 seconds when downed, non-stackable. So if he gets downed, he gets to... Okay, so that's just when you get knocked down. If he's downed, he gets a 30% damage bonus. Dog, what? It doesn't stack, thankfully, but like this is so much damage all over the place. And then on top of that, the big thing to tie in trait 1 and trait 2 is he recovers 15% HP when he KOs a character. So hold on. If he KOs a character, he recovers HP. If he's above 70% HP, he gets that 20% damage bonus. Also, if he's ever knocked down, or if he's down, he gets another 30% bonus for 10 seconds, which doesn't stack with another one, right? That's fine. But if he's KO'd, he gets to revive once per match. And then obviously, if you are able to kill some enemies, you can heal off of that. And, like, you can also, if you really, really wanted to, give him healing medals as well. Like, what is this guy? And it seems like he can cancel your moves. I'm going to keep saying that until I see it in action. Definitively that it doesn't do it. They can't dodge out of his skill. He even gives a debuff. He has a lot of cooldown. This guy is nuts. He is really good, at least on paper. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a difference when it comes to looking at characters on paper versus seeing them in action in the game, right? Let's go ahead and see what some of these guys were saying in response to my tweet, because I want to see what their reaction was. Whoops, way off. I want to see what some of their reactions were in response to my tweet here. So, I wish I had guaranteed step instead of a free one. I hope the rates are like 2%. Yes, me too. Is he good? Yes, he's very good. And this guy Raptors here says he's OP, Big Mom mixed with Jinbei pretty much. Yeah, he's got a lot of them both in him. He gets total of 50% reduction in his own treasure area against attackers, which, as I mentioned, is pretty nuts, pretty crazy. And plus 30% damage buff in total against power users when HP is above 70%. On top of that, he heals 15% HP every kill and gets 15% HP if he almost dies. He recovers, yeah. Oh, and forgot to add when he's knocked down, he gets another 30% attack buff for 10 seconds. He gets 50% cooldown on skill 1. When he's in his treasure area and gets a 5% cooldown for every. Oh my god. He is completely stupid, man. Yeah, he better have a good rate. I hope so, man. Blackbeard is one of my least favorite characters. See, like this tweet like kind of personifies why I thought that like Blackbeard obviously he's some people are excited for him as a character as just like being a fan of Blackbeard, but in the context of the overarching series, it's like okay, well is Blackbeard hype enough for the anniversary? What would have been hype enough? Snake Man, definitely, right? Which is an interesting choice that they went for. But I guess maybe it's because of the theme of Paramount War, so I'm guessing that's why. But again, there is a Luffy. You have the Navy boss battle, stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap here. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe, of course, if you are new for more content. And don't be afraid. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments as well. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch all of you in the next one.